Welcome to the Seller Roundtable e-commerce coaching and business strategies with Andy Arnott and Amy Wees.
From Kevin, he's asking, I know it's going to vary greatly by client, by product, things like that. But do you have a ballpark, cost-wise between like a provisional and a full patent? Kind of the range that people can expect to cost-wise.
With me, I would say a utility patent is typically north of 10,000. Even the simplest ones are around 10, and I'd say most fall 12 to 15,000 for a utility application, and typically a provisional is about half. Whatever it would have been for the utility, about half. So somewhere between, let's say, $5,000 and $8,000 for a provisional.
Okay, so to me, it almost sounds. It almost sounds that if you're going to write a provisional, if you're already going to go that far, it almost makes sense to me to go for the full patent at that point. Just my opinion, but
it could. It depends on the situation, and
possibly
if you're doing a bunch of them, it makes sense to. And it depends on what you plan to do next. So if you're, let's say you wanted to establish them because you plan on going right to the wolves next, the big companies in the field, and showing them what you have, then maybe it pays to get that provisional file. Then maybe if your track record is that, let's say 1 out of 3 of them turns into something that is going to be important, then maybe it's better to file 3 provisionals and pursue 1 utility than to. So it depends.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I never really thought of that either.
And I would say that one thing to realize about provisionals is the only real drawback to it is that it just slows down the patent process. So once you file a utility patent application or a non-provisional patent application, it takes generally about a year to have the application reviewed by an examiner. But if you file the provisional, it's not actually waiting to be reviewed until you file that utility. So whatever time your provisional patent pending, you're just slowing down the process. So you let 10 months go by and then you file the utility. At that point, then you have to wait a year to have it reviewed by an examiner to see if the patent is going to be granted. So that's the one drawback.
Okay, interesting.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for live Q&A and bonus content after the recording at SellerRoundtable.com. Sponsored by the ultimate software tool for Amazon sales and growth, SellerSEO.com and AmazingAtHome.com.